These are your OG yoga center peeps on here. My mom and Lisa. Remember Lisa? Hey. Let's get this party started. Everybody wanted to not be in the camera, so there's not a lot of people there. I do not. Rita, where's Rita been? I like Rita too. I haven't seen her since 21st, before pandemic. Okay, my friends. Oh. Happy Thursday. Good morning. It's got all sorts of room, yeah. Jeez, I know. Okay, any special requests for class this morning? Yeah. Okay, not too hard. Just right. Okay, that's it. Okay. Well, let's just get started. Let's start on our backs, guys. So go ahead and lay down. So as you lay down, any stretches you want to take, maybe you want to take your arms long, maybe you want to hug your knees in. Sorry. So take a moment and just kind of get your wiggles out. And then eventually, invitation to find either constructive rest pose. So feet on the ground with your knees bent, feet wider than your hips, and your knees fall in. Or if you'd prefer, you can do the opposite. You can bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees open up. And then invitation to bring one hand to your heart space and one hand to your belly. And close your eyes. And just take these first couple moments to really become present, to really arrive here in this space. So whatever you've got going in your mind, whatever you've got going in your life outside of this room, see if you can just kind of let it fall away for now. Simply just feel the weight of your body on the ground. Feel sensations in your physical body. Notice the rise and fall of your breath. So as you breathe, you might feel that expansion and contraction. Inhale and exhale. And let's start today with a 3-part breath. So we'll inhale into just our low belly, then into our mid ribs, then all the way up into our heart space. We'll take a slow 10-second exhale. So you can exhale any way you want, through your mouth or through your nose, whatever works best. Start by just letting go wherever you're at, all the way to emptiness. And then inhale just into low belly, low back, pause. Mid ribs, mid back, side bodies, pause. All the way up, chest, shoulders, upper back, hold in fullness. Let it go slowly for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way to empty. Yeah, and feel free to make noise with your exhale. Inhale, low belly, low back. Mid ribs, mid back, side bodies. And all the way up, feel your chest expand up into your hand. Hold in that fullness as you hold the breath. See if you can relax a little bit around it. Slow release for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty all the way out. One more time. Inhale, low belly. Mid ribs. All the way up, as full as you can become. Let it go nice and slowly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Great big huge inhale. Hold, maybe find an extra sip. This time, just big sigh out your mouth. Ah, good. Seal your lips and start to drop into Ujjayi breath. So slow and steady, yet powerful and vibrant. So you feel with every inhale, your entire torso expand. Almost like a 3D globe. It expands in every direction. And exhale, everything hugs in, contracts, comes back towards midline. So you're more than welcome to stay here a little longer, a lot longer if you want. If you're ready to move, draw your knees towards your belly and just gently hug them in. Take a little rock from side to side. So give your low back just a little massage against the ground for a moment. And then eventually, let both of your knees fall over to the right side, left arm out to the left, or cactus with your left arm. And about 3 big deep breaths in your twist. Breathe all the way down into your belly. And just notice whatever there is to notice. Sensations, pulsations. You can even notice your thoughts as they come and go. We can't turn our thoughts off, so just start to step back and witness them. As you're ready, switch to the other side. Nice, you guys. Feel into your spinal column. Feel the opening in the front of your shoulders. Your big deep breath. And I will just leave it up to you when you are pretty much even on both sides. Come back to center. Take a little rock, neutralize. And then if you want to find your own way there, that's perfectly fine. Otherwise, start to rock and roll forward and back along your spine. We'll meet in a tabletop position. So take a few rocks, a few rolls, make them as smooth as you can, and eventually rock up, cross your ankles, and just roll over your feet, coming forward to hands and knees. You can crawl back a little bit. And then just intuitive movement from hands and knees. So anything goes, anything that feels good or interesting or curious in your body this morning. So no right or wrong. You're more than welcome to close your eyes and really just tune in. See if you can connect with your felt senses and feel what's there. Nice job, friends. In your next few rounds, downward facing dog is our destination. So you can start your own transition back whenever you're ready. Thanks, Chris. So back in your down dog, keep exploring, keep feeling around. Pedal out your heels. Maybe give your head a little shake or a little nod. See if you can find the connection to your center so it doesn't feel like all of your weight is moving down into your wrists and your hands, but instead it feels like it's drawing up, it's lifting up, your energy is moving up. So like there's an invisible rope attached to your belly button, it's pulling up, tugging towards the top corner of the back wall. You guys look awesome, nice job. Take one more big inhale into your down dog. And then exhale, look to the top of your space and however you want to get there, forward fold. Once you've arrived, come into a halfway lift position and pause. Bring your feet at least hips width distance apart if they're not already. All of your toes face forward. And then bend your left knee a lot, left fingertips to the ground or left hand to a block, right arm to the sky, twist. So lengthen your spine, crown reaches forward and your right hip draws back. Stay rooted through the inner edge of your right foot And then breathe down into your belly. Use your exhale to twist from your center. One more round. Nice, Kirsten. Very end of your exhale, release, unwind, and just switch to the other side. So right knee bends a lot, right hand on a block or right fingertips to the ground, left arm to the sky. Very nice. So left hip draws back as your left leg works towards straight. Root through the inner edge of your left foot especially. Big, deep breath. See if you can find a little more length in your spine, perhaps. Take one last round. Work your twist. Very nice. Awesome, Paul. And release. Let it go. Hang out for just a moment in your forward fold. Maybe ragdoll. Maybe hands behind your head. Interlace your fingers at the base of your skull. Give the back of your neck a bit of traction. And feel in your forward fold. Are you connected to your center? So rather than rocking back into your heels and locking out your knees, see if you can keep your weight a little more forward and focus on using your core, that connection to your center, to lift your butt up. So even if you have a huge bend in your knees, if you're using your core to lift your sit bones towards the sky, you're still getting a stretch in your hamstrings, and that's what we want. Take one more round in your full. Come back into a halfway lift with your next inhale, realigning your spine. And exhale, let it go. Let's take it all the way up. Arms reach up as you breathe in. And hands to heart center as you breathe out. All right, friends. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. Shoulder blades squeeze towards your spine. And maybe you even press your palms together. Maybe you even steeple your index fingers for an extra challenge. And then see if you can keep all that. Reach your hands back away from your body. And possibly add just a little baby back bend. So lift your heart up. Lift your gaze. Press your hips forward as you hug in with your inner thighs. Yes, beautiful. Nice, still. Take one more big inhale. Now keep your clasp. Awesome, Trace. Exhale, hinge at your hips all the way down into your fold. Bend in your knees might help. So let your head be heavy. Let your neck relax. Use your core strength to lift your butt. Try not to roll onto the outer edges of your feet. Press into the inner edges as well. Relax your neck, head heavy. See if you can lift your knuckles a little bit higher. Take one more inhale. Exhale, hands to low back first, then release. Let your arms hang. Maybe you're getting a little tinglies. Give them a little shaky shake. And next time you breathe in, halfway lift position. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to your plank position, top of a push-up. So pause for just a moment. Make sure your fingers are really spreading. Push actively into fingertips so you feel your arms, your shoulders, even your pectoral muscles firing. Draw your belly button towards your spine. Feel your breath in your back body. See if you can take little tiny rocks forward and back. So you're coming forward onto tippy toes and then just pressing your heels towards the back of the room, transferring weight a little bit. You can come to your knees if you want to. Next time you inhale, little rock forward onto tippy toes. Listen, exhale, lower just a couple inches down. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. Inhale, push back up. High plank. Exhale, about 3 inches down. So a little bit further. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. Don't let your belly drop. Inhale, push back up. This time, exhale, halfway down. Chaturanga hold. Keep your shoulders plugged in. Keep your core strong. Inhale, push up. Yes. Exhale, slow motion all the way down like you're resisting gravity. Very nice. Spider-Man Cobra. Bring your hands out wide to frame your yoga mat. Up on your fingertips. Elbows face the sky. Lift your heart. And as you exhale, little twist to your right. Dip your left shoulder down. Inhale back through center. Press through your pelvis and your shoelaces. Tone through your low belly. Navel to spine. Exhale, twist the other way. Good job. Inhale back to center. Go one more time each direction, or you can choose a different back bend, a different heart opener. And then eventually, friends, just meet up on hands and knees, just a tabletop position. All right. So in your tabletop, we're going to open up into a modified side plank. Pivot on your right knee so your right foot comes to the outside of your mat, left leg reaches back, and then left arm up. Open through the front of your hips. So option to keep your left foot down or float your left foot off the ground. And then really see if you can feel the outside of your right glute engage. Press your hips forward. Maybe reach your left arm towards the front wall. So feel that long line of energy in your left side. Yes, so good. Stay where you're at, or a final option, only if you want to take it. Bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your foot. Once you've got your foot, work it with gentle leverage. So kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Good, Laura. Rather than kicking your foot up, kick your foot back and let your heart open. Beautiful, Liz. Take one last huge breath in your pose, your expression. Spread your left toes. Slowly release. Come back to hands and knees, tabletop. Very nice. All right, from your tabletop, extend your right leg straight out to the right, toes face forward. And for a moment, just take it forward and back a few times. So hips forward, hips back. And you can make this really deep or keep it pretty shallow, depending on how it feels in your body. Eventually, next breath or two, come back to your neutral spine, your tabletop with your right leg extended out to the right. Your heel comes straight out from your hip, toes face forward, sole of your foot is grounded. Left arm out and reach your left arm up. Inhale. And then exhale, thread your left arm underneath. Oh, reach as far as you can and then gently rest down outside of your shoulder and head on the ground. If there's any way you want to explore, work this pose, feel free. See if you can feel your breath, especially in your back body. So back of your heart space, back ribs, all the way down into your kidneys, your low back. Soft forehead, soft jaw. Really nice, everybody. Beautiful poses. Take a couple more rounds. And then if you do happen to have your right hand lifted, set it back down. On an inhale, unthread your left arm. Reach it out and up once more. And exhale, set your left hand down. Pick up your right leg. Take your right foot all the way off the left edge of your yoga mat. Pull your hips over to the right and gaze back over your left shoulder. So look back at your tiptoes and you can feel around. You can lean around. Maybe arch, maybe round and peekaboo under your armpit. So see if you can find something here. Feel something. Create space. One more big deep breath. Yes, very nice. Come back to tabletop. And take it back to downward facing dog. All right. Inhale, right leg to the sky. And then today, everybody, bend your knee and open your hip. Thanks, Kirsten. So stack your right hip on top of left and see if you can feel your outer right butt cheek squeezing. Maybe lift your right knee a little bit higher. Take one more inhale. So nice. Exhale, right knee to your nose. So round and hollow out. Stay here as you breathe in. Push the ground away on your back tiptoes. Step forward softly, low lunge. Take your time to rise, crescent lunge. So hips square and inner thighs face one another. Find the stability of the pose by hugging in. So front hip draws back, back hip draws forward, low belly tones, heart lifts. Maybe your gaze lifts. So feel into your upper body as your own unique expression. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, bring your right forearm across your low back. Bend your back knee to a hover. Use your right arm behind you as a little bit of support for your low back. Curl open. So lift and puff up through your chest. Reach your left fingertips back. Try not to let your head collapse, but extend back through your neck. Take one more big inhale. Reach. Exhale, bring your left hand to the ground. Take your right arm to the sky, revolve lunge. So staying in your twist just a little bit longer. Yes, very good. Or staying in your lunge a little bit longer, I guess. Opening through the right side of your heart. Maybe even gazing up at your right hand. If you want, option to take your left hand off the left edge of your mat and then reach your right fingertips back. Let your heart look up. Wherever you are, one more huge breath. Feel into your expression. And then very bottom of your exhalation, let it go. Let's take it all the way over, wide-legged straddle, wide-legged forward fold. So take a moment to adjust your feet as needed. All of your toes now face towards the windows. On a halfway lift, breathe in. So lengthen, inhale. And exhale anywhere you want to go for about 5 rounds. So working your wide-legged fold or explore and play any way you want to. Nice job. Breath is right there. All right. Next time you inhale, bring your hands to your hips and find a halfway lift. So really press into your feet and connect to your center. From here, all the way up to stand. Once you are standing, warrior two. So pivot your right toes forward, reach your arms forward and back, bend into your front knee. So take a moment, you might even gaze down at your feet. Make sure your right toes are facing directly forward and left toes face to the left. Very nice. Wrap your front butt cheek underneath your body and track your front knee towards your pinky toe. Beautiful. Little tone in your belly supports low back. Next, inhale, reverse your warrior. So rotate your front palm up, reach back, lengthen your right side. Beautiful, Jill. Keep the deep bend in your right knee. Awesome, Sydney. Keep your back leg strong, back foot grounded firmly. Breathe into your right waistline. Reach through your right fingertips. One more in-breath. As you exhale, come back through your warrior two. Reach forward, 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 and then tip it over, side angle. So you are more than welcome to stay in your side angle, work from here, breathe into it, or option to reach your right hand forward and float your back foot up for half moon. So you choose either pose, about 3 or 4 deep breaths. If you are in half moon, your back leg is strong. Maybe you even want to bend your left knee, grab hold of your foot. Work the pose sugarcane variation, Ardha Chandra Tripassana. So you do you, your pose, your expression, feel your big deep breaths. Amazing. You guys are awesome. All right, everybody, in your next breath or two, we'll meet in a warrior two stance once again. So if you're balancing, see if maybe you can land softly. Take a moment to adjust. And then straighten your front leg, parallel your feet. Take your arms to the sky, inhale. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine. Maybe press your palms and steeple index fingers. Reach your hands back. Maybe lift your heart up. One more big inhale. Keep your clasp, hinge at your hips all the way down. So think crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky. Maybe start to reach your hands towards the windows. See if you can feel your strong core and use the strength in your core to work your pose a little bit deeper. See if you can feel the front of your thighs turn on, your quad muscles fire. Take just a couple more rounds. Good job. Yeah, if it becomes too much, you can let go of the class. No biggie. Bottom of your next exhale, hands to low back, then release. Come to a halfway lift with your fingertips on the ground, everyone. And then walk your hands to the top of your space, rotate your toes forward, step your front foot back. You'll be in a plank position. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Exhale all the way to your belly. And then on your belly, We'll take a shoulder pigeon with our right arm extended to the right. So turn your head to the left, roll up onto your right side. And just be here for about 5 to 7 breaths. You can do whatever you'd like with your left arm and your left leg. Make sure you can relax your head on the ground. Breathe as big as you can. Good job, friends. Last couple breaths. Ease your way back onto your belly. And then this is a little bit different. If you ever took Jason's class, he did this a lot. So you're just gonna lift your chest up and take your right arm, thread it underneath you, almost like you wouldn't thread the needle. So trap it underneath your chest. And for women, it's just right above your boobs. And then you wanna put your forehead on the ground if you can. And then left arm reaches forward. So crawl your left hand as far forward as you can and try to press your left armpit towards the ground. Your right shoulder is trapped underneath your chest. Breathe into that. And if you look either direction, if you want to look either direction, try to look to the right or forehead to the ground. All right, friends, last couple breaths. And then this is gonna feel nice. All right, bring your left palm to your right palm so your hands are stacked. Keep your left leg on the ground, but just bend your knee and slide it up towards your hands. For just a moment, we're gonna move into a supine twist. So left arm reaches up and back, let your heart look up. You might bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee. See if you can gaze up or over your left shoulder. If your left shoulder is hovering and your left arm is hovering, you might bend your elbow and grab hold of your left shoulder with your fingertips, just so your arm's not falling asleep. Take about 2 more deep breaths. Allow everything to soften as you exhale. Just melt into that twist. All right. Slowly, we're just gonna rewind through all of that. So back onto your belly, unthread your right arm, and you'll press up to hands and knees. From hands and knees for a moment, anything that feels good, just kind of move around intuitively. And then eventually downward facing dog. Take it back. Walk it up. Ujjayi breath. So reconnect, fire it up, feel it, hear it. All right, one more big inhale into your down dog. Exhale, look forward, step, tiptoe, or hop, top of your space, forward fold. Inhale to your spinal extension. Exhale, release, bow. Rise all the way up, take your arms to the sky, full body stretch, inhale. And hands to heart center as you exhale. Inhale, reach up. This time we'll take a side body stretch. Grab hold of your left wrist with your right hand. And then like a crescent moon, hips go left, upper body goes right. More weight in left foot. So if you want to, you can reach your right tiptoes out. And then make sure your arm is not in front of your face. Your bicep is next to your ear. So your left shoulder is plugged in. You guys all look so good. Breathe into your left side, rib cage, waistline. One more huge breath. Thanks, Chris. Bring it back through center. Switch your grip, grab right wrist, and then up and over towards the windows. Lots of weight in your right foot. Lower body initiates the stretch. So as your hips go right, upper body reaches to the left. Breathe into your waistline. Breathe into the space between your ribs. Beautiful. Last big breath. And back up. This time, little baby back bend. Cactus your arms. Bottom tips of shoulder blades squeeze. Navel to spine protects low back. Inhale, re-extend, realign. And then take your dive all the way down, nice and easy. Ah, beautiful. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank, pause in your plank. We're gonna do the same thing we did before, those little ladder kind of push-ups. So make sure you're spreading your fingers. You've got powerful arms and shoulders. You're connected to your core, navel to spine. You can come to your knees if you want. Take that little rock forward so you're on your tippy toes. Inhale, and then exhale just a couple inches down. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. Don't let your belly drop. Press back up, breathe in. Exhale a little bit lower, navel to spine, about 3 inches. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. Inhale, push up. And then one more. Exhale, chaturanga hold. Don't let belly drop. Don't let shoulders roll forward. Inhale, push up. Yay, good work. All the way down. This time we'll take Sphinx pose. Bring your forearms to the ground in front of you. Elbows underneath your shoulders and forearms parallel. And then rather than just letting your low back kind of hang, draw your belly button in and up so you feel supported through your low back. Low back lengthens, tailbone reaches towards your heels. Press down through your forearms and energetically pull back like you're trying to pull your heart through your shoulders. Press through your shoelaces, spread your toes, and press through your toenails. So a lot of people in Sphinx pose are really just kind of hanging out doing nothing. There's so much more going on. Take one more big inhale, push down with forearms and pull back. Exhale, release. And hands and knees, tabletop. All right, from your tabletop, modified side plank, and this time on your left side. So pivot on your left knee, left foot comes to the outside of your yoga mat like a little kickstand, right leg reaches back, and then right arm up. So the tendency for most people is to just kind of stick their butt out behind them. So try to get your outer left butt cheek, it's called your medial glute, try to get it to engage, and then press your hips forward. Yes, so nice. Maybe float your right foot off the ground. Maybe reach your right arm forward and feel all that length in your right side, everyone. Beautiful. You can stay here or move into your half bow variation. Bend your knee, reach back, grab your foot. And then gentle leverage. Keep spreading your toes as you hold your foot in your hand. Try to kick your foot back rather than up. So nice. Awesome. Breathe out into low belly. Last round. And then release it slowly. Hands and knees, tabletop. Take your left leg out. And for just a moment on your own, forward and back with your hips. And take this as deep or keep it as shallow as feels right to you. You can stay in one pose for a couple of breaths if you'd like. And then in your next breath or two, just back to neutral spine, tabletop, with your left leg gated out to the left. Right arm straight out to the right, and then open it up, reach up, inhale, and thread it through, exhale. So anywhere you'd like to take it, any way you'd like to explore. Breathe into your back body a lot. Every exhalation, all the way to emptiness. Nice job, everyone. Beautiful poses. Last couple breaths. If you do have your left hand lifted, set it back down. Unthread your right arm. Reach it out and up. Inhale, open. And exhale, right hand comes down. Take your left foot, swing your left toes off the right edge of your mat, and then pull your hips to the left as you gaze back over your right shoulder. And again, you might feel into it, lean into it, bend one or both elbows, look underneath your armpit to see what you can find on this side, what space you can create. Last big breath. Back to tabletop. Back to downward facing dog. All right. From your down dog, inhale your left leg to the sky. And then open up your hip. So bend your knee, reach your knee out and up. Feel your outer left butt cheek squeezing. Good. Awesome. See if you can hug in with your right inner thigh. Lift your left knee just a tiny bit higher. One more in breath. Exhale, knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly, round your spine, neutralize your spine. Stay here as you breathe in, push the ground away, and then step forward ever so softly. Low lunge. Take your time to rise. Nice tall crescent lunge. So strong legs, square hips. Front hip draws back, back hip draws forward. That's how we find our stability. And then the little tone in our belly protects our low back. So navel to spine connection, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Big, deep breath. Strong, powerful legs. You're more than welcome to stay here or take one more inhale where you're at. Exhale, left forearm across your low back. Back knee bends to a hover, and then start to create your back bend. So puff up your chest, reach your right fingertips back. Keep pulling your left hip back and energetically drag your back thigh forward. One more round, reach through your fingertips. And end of your exhale, right hand to the ground, left arm to the sky. So staying in your lunge. Now adding a twist revolve lunge. Very nice, beautiful. If you want to modify, back knee could come down. If you'd like to go deeper, at any point, you can walk your right hand off the right edge of your mat. And then see if you can let your heart look up as you reach your left fingertips back behind you. Legs stay strong. Nice, Laura. Beautiful. Nice, Kirsten. Awesome poses, friends. One more huge breath, your personal fullest expression. And then let it all go. Unwind. Walk your hands to the right long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet. Straighten out your legs. On an inhalation, find a halfway lift. And then anywhere you want to go for about 5 deep breaths. So stay present. Notice what comes. Notice what goes. Just let it be in your body. Notice sensation. Notice your thoughts. Next time you inhale, hands to hips, halfway lift. So find a connection to your center and feel your strong legs. Root through your feet, take it all the way up. And then once you are standing up, warrior two, pivot your left toes forward, reach left arm forward, right arm back. Virabhadrasana 2. Nice job. So front knee tracks open towards your pinky toe rather than collapsing in. Hips are open, shoulders are open. Next inhalation, reverse warrior. Front palm rotates up. Reach up, lengthen your left side, bend your left knee. Keep dragging it towards pinky toe. Nice, Liz. Tone your belly to protect low back. So side body stretch rather than a back bend. Take one more big inhale. Awesome work. Nice CC. Exhale, come through your warrior two, moving into side angle. Reach forward, reach, reach, reach. And then tip it over. Side angle. You can choose stay in side angle the whole time or at any time. Option to float up into your balancing half moon. If you go for a balancing half moon, any variation you want to take, sugarcane variation, or maybe you just play with floating your left hand up. Anything is welcome. Both poses, wherever you are at, hips open, heart open. Wrap your left butt cheek underneath you. Good job. Nice, Trace. And last couple breaths. Everybody will meet back in a warrior 2 stance. So maybe if you're bouncing, soft landing. No big deal if not. And then straighten your front leg, parallel your feet, take your arms up, inhale. Listen, as you exhale, pivot your heels in, point your toes out, bend your knees, hands to your thighs. So you're in a wide-legged squat position. And in this wide-legged squat, don't let your knees fall in. Press your knees back and press into the outer edges of your feet. Get as low as you can. Inhale, stick your butt out, lift your heart like a standing cow pose. And exhale, twist towards the back of the room, dip your left shoulder down. We're gonna hold this for a full round. Press your knees open wide. Weight in your heels and the outer edges of your feet. Inhale through center. Other side, so twist forward, hold here. Breathe here. Stay low. And we'll move just a little faster. Inhale, center. Exhale to the back, all the way to emptiness. Gaze over your right shoulder, perhaps. Inhale, center. Exhale, front. And this time, inhale, center. Straighten your legs, parallel your feet. Take your arms up. Exhale, dive down. Wide-legged fold all the way to emptiness. Halfway lift, fingertips on the ground. Inhale. And exhale, walk your hands forward, rotate your toes forward, low lunge. Step your front foot back, plank pose. Inhale at the top of your push-up, lower all the way to your belly slowly. Good. Pigeon or shoulder pigeon on your left side. The left arm out to the left. Roll onto your left side. You might set your right foot down behind you. You might take a quad stretch or hand to big toe pose. Right arm can reach up and back. Soft pace, big breath. Nice job, everybody. Take about 3 or 4 more. Ease your way back onto your belly. And then remember, it's that kind of funky little variation. Take your left arm, thread it through, and trap your bicep right above. And try to set down. Armpit towards the ground. Yes. And if you want to intensify it a little bit, you can start to gaze to the left. So try to get forehead to the ground, right armpit as close to the ground as you can. We'll breathe into it. About 2 more. Good, everyone. All right, now moving into our supine twist. So this part, right, your left palm, slide your right knee up towards your hand. So your right knee bends, but it stays on the ground. Reach your right arm up and then back, open up. So heart towards the sky, right arm reaches out towards the windows. You can bring left hand to the outside of right thigh if you want. And if your right arm is just kind of hanging there, maybe right fingertips to your shoulder and reach out through your elbow. Breathe down into your belly. And slowly we'll rewind. So ease your way back to center, back to hands and knees eventually. From hands and knees, just a little bit of intuitive movement once again, whatever would feel good. And eventually downward facing dog. So take a couple breaths in your down dog, walk it out. One more big inhale, maybe lift your hips just a little higher. Exhale, look forward, however you want to get there, top of your space, forward fold. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold, beautiful. All the way up, big stretch at the top, breathe in, reach. And hands to heart, exhale. All right, we're gonna play with balance for a moment, and we're gonna play with dancer pose. So right foot will be your base, left knee bends, reach your left hand back and locate your foot. Right hand can start on your hip if you'd like, and just try to get your hips as level as possible. So hug in with your inner knees, roll your left shoulder back. This may be where you stay, totally fine. If you wanna move into dancer, right arm to the sky, see if you can bring your left hand to the inner edge, the big toe edge of your left foot, so your left shoulder is nice and open. Little springboard in your right leg, shock absorber, so bend in your right knee, and then start to hinge. As you hinge, kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. See if you can keep your heart square and lift your heart like you're doing a cobra pose. Hug in with your inner thighs to stay out of your low back. Awesome, friends. Spread your toes. Take one or two more breaths. Working your variation of dancer. And then listen, if at all possible, stay balanced on your right foot. We're coming into a standing staff. So slowly, arms to the sky, left knee lifts. Hug in with your inner thighs, draw navel to spine. Maybe even extend your left leg forward. Take one more in breath. Slow motion, low lunge. So fingers and toes touch at the same time like we've been working on. Once you're in your low lunge, friends, back knee comes down, half splits, or if full splits is in your practice and you feel like going there, you're more than welcome to work towards it. Otherwise, I'm taking kind of this variation with a half screaming toe pose. So my back toes are tucked under, my hips on my back heel. You could keep your hips higher if you'd rather. Flex through your right toes, press down through the back of your heel, and energetically try to drag your heel towards your body. Like you want to stick your butt cheek out, your right butt cheek. Reach your heart forward. So good. Flex even your little baby pinky toe, pull it back. Take about 2 or 3 more breaths. Nice, Jill. Awesome job, friends. All right, slowly start to find your way into a low lunge. So hands forward, bend your front knee. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee, step your front foot back. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Exhale, slowly lower all the way to your belly, all the way to your belly. And start with just a baby cobra, so nice and low. Good. From baby cobra, float your hands up, reach them back, float your feet up, reach them back, locust pose. Hug in with your inner thighs. Imagine you're trying to rotate your inner thighs up towards the sky. Yes, back muscles strong. Awesome, Trace. So breathe all the way down to your belly. See if you can float a little bit higher. Take one last breath. And let it go, relax down. You might just kind of rock your hips side to side or even windshield wiper your shins if you want to. In your next couple rounds or so, no rush. Your next few breaths, down dog. However you want to get there. All right. Inhale, left leg, Actually, sorry, I lied. Just take a big inhale into your down dog. And exhale, gaze to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, release. And from that place, from emptiness, rise up. Arms reach up as you fill up. And exhale, hands to your heart. All right, now we'll take our dancer pose with our left foot as our foundation. So left foot roots down, bend your right knee, reach your right hand back, locate your foot. And then once you've got it, find your alignment. So you might start with left hand on left hip, hug in with your inner knees, right shoulder is rolling back and down. Yeah, feel free to move to a wall. So maybe you want to stay here and just work with this quad stretch, work with your balance. Otherwise, left arm up. Little shock absorbers in your left knee, little bend. Bring your right hand to the inner edge of your right foot and start to hinge at your left hip. So try not to open to the right, but stay nice and square through your shoulders. And then like a crescent, or not a crescent, like a cobra in your chest, heart lifts. Yes, hug in with inner thighs. Beautiful. Breathe, soften your face. Nice, Kirsten, take about 2 more. And then if at all possible, stay balanced and come into your standing staff. So slowly, arms to the sky, right knee lifts in front of you. Hug in with your inner thighs, find a connection to your center. So this should feel like a counter pose from what you were just in. Take one more inhale, maybe extend your right leg. Slowly and mindfully, low lunge, fingers and toes touch at the same time. Once you've landed, you choose half splits, or if you want to go for full splits, you're more than welcome. So left leg works towards straight. Flex your left toes, press down through the back of your left heel, pull your left hip back like you're trying to stick your left butt cheek out. And use your breath. Nice job, you guys. So if you're going for full splits, rather than pulling your hips apart, try to keep pulling them back towards square, hugging back in. I know it makes it so much harder to go deep, but you want to make your structure of the pose so strong that you could lift your hands up and nothing would happen in your legs. Take about 2 more rounds. Yes, very nice. All right, let's slowly come back to low lunge. And then from low lunge, we'll come into plank pose. Step your front foot back. So top of your push-up. Spread your fingers wide and push the ground away actively. Inhale. Slow motion down to your belly like you're resisting gravity. One strong straight line. Start with a baby cobra. Nice, Chris. So baby cobra, use the strength in your back to lift your heart. Very nice. Float your hands up, reach your hands back. Float your feet up, reach your toes back. Locust. You can stay in locust, or this time, if you want, you can either interlace fingers or take your full floor bow. Bend your knees, grab hold of your feet or your ankles. Everyone, hug in with inner thighs. That'll protect low back. As you hug in with your inner thighs, see if you can open more through your heart, lift through your heart. Beautiful. Take one last huge breath. Soften your face and let it go. Come down to your belly and rest. Perhaps just kind of rocking your hips a little bit, or windshield wiper your shins. Very nice, you guys. In your next 3 to 5 rounds, however you want to get there, downward facing dog. All right, inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Open your right hip. And only if you want to, option to flip your dog. Right foot comes down behind. Right arm reaches forward. Heart forward, hips lift. So feel the strength in your back body. Feel your back muscles hug around your spine. Awesome, Sydney. Everybody bring it back, three-legged down dog. And if you want, you can set your right foot down and then re-extend it, but see if you can find square hips now. Feel square hips. One more inhale. Pigeon pose, right shin to the top of your space. Gently set your body down. And take as much time as you need to find the structure. So again, in pigeon, you should be able to lift your hands up and nothing happens. So you don't want to just plop into it. You want to find structure, integrity, keep pulling right hip back as you take your heart forward and down. If you want to take it on your back or in a seat instead, absolutely fine with me. Keep that little bit of flexion through your front toes. Try to spread them. And big deep breaths, about 4 or 5 more. Last couple rounds. Sigh out your mouth if you'd like. And slowly begin to lift your upper body. And we'll just ease our way onto our right butt cheek. So kind of let your hips open. And we did this the other day. Slide your left knee up to the sole of your right foot. So right shin is somewhat parallel to the front edge of your mat. If you need to, you can adjust. And then from here, hands behind you, start to lean back. So keep the inside of your left knee touching the ground. Don't let it lift up. And rather than thinking of a back bend, draw your front ribs down, knit them together, and draw your belly button down towards your spine. Some of you will be able to lay all the way down. If you can lay all the way down, try to press the back of your left ribs towards the ground. Press the inside of your left knee towards the ground. Take about 3, 4 more breaths. And then if you're laying down, I know it's hard to be graceful, but do your best. Get back up. And everybody start to lift your upper body. Take both of your legs forward. So unwind them completely and just give them a little shake out. And I think everybody has a block. I brought you one if you didn't have one. So take your block and you're just gonna bring it underneath your, let's see, your left leg. So this is what we're doing, you guys. You can start with your left leg just sitting on it, but either hands behind you for more support or the more intense variation, hands at heart or just arms stay lifted. And you're just going to lift and lower your leg side to side. So use your strong core, navel to spine, active feet. Yeah, you got it. Lift, lower. Hands behind you if you need extra support. Feel your thigh engaging. Your hip flexors are working. Do just a couple more. Good job. And then after that, move your block aside. You're going to take this leg, bend your knee. So like a half hero's pose. Sole of your foot to the ground, spread your toes and try to press your toenails down. You might stay here, otherwise start to lean all the way back. And again, some of you might be able to lay down, some like me, not. Draw your front ribs in, knit them together. Draw your navel down towards your spine. And your left knee, work it towards midline. Good job, friends. Take about 3 or 4 more breaths. And we'll start to ease our way up and out. So extend left leg forward now. Just give your legs a little shaky shake. We'll meet back in down dog, so you can get there however you want to. I'm going to give you an option just for fun if you want. So like a balancing happy baby, grab hold of the outer edges of your feet and balance on your tailbone and happy baby. Some core strength. Pull your knees in. So we'll get to that one next time. But see, this time, if you can pull your knees in, bend your knees. It just brings a different element of balance. Good. Flex your toes, press through heels. And then whenever you're ready, coming into regular boat pose. And whenever you're ready, cross your ankles, roll over your feet, step or jump back. Move through a vinyasa or don't. Take it all the way back to down dog. Laughing is good. Laughing is good. Walk it out. Good job, you guys. Left leg to the sky, open up your hip. And then you can choose to just stay here or flip your dog on the side. Left foot comes down. Lift your hips, feel the strength in your back body. Use that strength to open through the front of your heart a little bit more. Nice. CC, one more round. Beautiful, Chris. And then come back, 3-legged down dog. You can re-extend if needed. Square off your hips, inhale. And then pigeon pose, left shin forward. Come down gently. This side might feel totally different than the other side, so pay attention to that. Honor that, adjust to that. Left butt cheek pulls back and up as your heart works forward and down. We'll take about 5 or 6 more rounds in pigeon. Last couple of rounds, open mouth sigh if you want. And then start to ease your upper body back upright. And ease your way onto your left outer hip, your left outer butt cheek. Slide your right knee up. So right knee to the sole of left foot, and you can kind of scoot around if needed. So your left shin is pretty much parallel to the front edge of your mat. Hands behind you, and start to lean back. Again, not a back bend, not a heart opener, but the opposite. Front ribs knit together. If you can lay all the way down, make sure your right knee isn't lifting. And try to work the back of your right ribs closer to the ground. Take your big, deep breaths. If it bothers your right knee, spread your right toes more. Soften your face. Take your last couple rounds here. If you're laying all the way down as gracefully as you can, start to find your way back up. And we'll just swing our legs all the way around in front of us. You can give them a little shaky shake out. And then block underneath your left leg. Reach your left. And then you choose your other leg, the one you didn't do before. Hands behind you or hands at heart or whatever you want to do with your arms. But without hands on the ground, it's going to be harder. So whenever you're ready, just start to lift and lower. Lift and lower. You have to go all the way over Ruby. My gosh, that's intense, Liz. Yes, watch out. That's a good down dog roots. All right, from here, let that go. Bend your knee. It's like a half heroes. Inner heel towards outer glute and point your knee forward as best you can. Spread your toes, press down through toenails, start to lean back. Keep aiming your knee in and don't let it lift up. Knit your front ribs together. No need to force it. So if your knees, if you're taking care of your knees, just be really aware. Breathe wherever you're at. Make sure you can breathe big and deep. Couple more rounds. If you're already laying down, you may be able to just stay on your back and kind of release your right leg. If you're like me and you're pretty much still sitting up, you can sit all the way up. Take your leg forward and just shake it out, and then everybody all the way down onto your back. Oh, wait, I forgot. If you want to, before you go down onto your back, you can take your wide-legged straddle balancing on your sit bones. It's so hard. You can't do it. Press through your heels, flex your toes. And if you want, it will be fun. You can come all the way just straight down to happy baby. And once you're on your back, whatever would feel good, take your arms and legs long, hug your knees in, happy baby it out. Move into any inversion you want for about 5 to 10 breaths. So it could be something more restorative. It could be something that opens your front body, like a supported bridge or a regular bridge, or a upward facing bow, or it could be something that neutralizes that. So like legs up the wall, legs up the invisible wall even. Plow or shoulder stand. We have plenty of space, so you're more than welcome to move your mat to a wall if you want to use one as a prop. And after you've taken your inversion, friends, just give yourself another about 10 breaths to move through any other finishing poses that you would like to take for yourself today. So anything else your body is still wanting, anything else your body is still calling for, anything that will finish off your own practice for you. And as you finish off your practice and eventually find your way into your final relaxation, I'll read to you. So this is by Jeff Foster. He says, forget perfection. Forget trying to get it right. Here's to doing your best. Here's to falling flat on your face and getting up again, falling down again, screwing up totally, failing beyond belief, being laughed at, mocked, and losing what you thought was yours. And here's to embracing the mess of it all, dying to the dream and waking to the reality, loving the perfect imperfection of it, opening your heart wide to all of it, continuing to live your truth despite everything, fearlessly meeting each sacred moment as an old friend. You cannot get it right. And that's why you cannot get it wrong. And out beyond both, there is a field. So these last few moments, just be in that space, in that field between right and wrong. Let your body just give in, let your muscles just soften. Let your inner space just feel the vibrations and feel the energy that's moving through you, that's flowing through you. So give yourself these last few moments to simply just be and simply just rest. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And just start to bring gentle movement back into your physical body. In your own time, ease your way onto either side. Give yourself just a moment to rest in a fetal position. Really let your practice and let all the energy of that sound bath just absorb and soak in. Maybe we even use your imagination and visualize that in some way. And then use your arms to guide yourself up into seated meditation. And just sit up nice and tall. Gather your hands to your heart. Close your eyes, bow your head to your heart. And just thank yourself, acknowledge yourself for making the effort and taking the time out of your day to be here, to show up and practice, connect with yourself and with your body and your breath in a deeper way. Thank you so much for letting me guide you. Namaste. All right, my friends. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Come back soon. Just angel girl. Did I forget anything today? That you noticed? Did I forget anything? That was a long sequence. Jeez. Oh, let me go look. It was an oldie. Do you want me to send it to you? Okay, I'll send it to you. I love you, Haley.